The Sequoyah tree, Sequoyah National Park, and the Sequoyah presidential boat, what do they all have in common? Well, they're named after one man, Sequoyah. Who was he? He was the man that came up with the Cherokee Syllabary. You can find out about him and much, much more here at the Sequoyah Birthplace Museum in beautiful Von Orr, Tennessee.
Sequoyah is born around circa 1776 and grows up in and around the village of Tuskegee, which is about 1.5 miles from here. He spends probably about 43 years of his life living here. And this is where he would actually begin trying to create a writing system.
Sequoyah became convinced that the secret of what he considered the white people's superior power was written language, which enabled them to accumulate and transmit more knowledge than was possible for a people dependent on memory and word of mouth. He began working to develop a system of writing for the Cherokee, believing that increased knowledge would help them maintain their independence.
In 5,000 years of human records all around the world, in all those records, no one person has ever created a writing system by themselves who was illiterate. Sequoyah had never went to school, never learned English, German, Latin, Spanish, and over a 12-year period, he started in 1809 and announced, hey, we could create a writing system. And by 1821, he had finished the Cherokee Syllabary.
A syllabary, like an alphabet, is simply a series of symbols that represent sounds. Each symbol stands for the sound of a syllable, and of course you combine the symbols to make up words. An absolutely phenomenal feat, but as we see so often, achievements on this level tend to draw more than their fair share of skepticism.
Cherokees had laws well before the Europeans ever showed up. One of those laws is that you could be put to death for witchcraft. And so what's he doing? He's making these strange marks on the ground. That rumor is going around in the community. And so these rumors end up getting back to the elders. And then when the elders hear, that's where they kind of go, well, Sequoyah, you need to come before us. We want to see what you're doing. And so Sequoyah and Aoka, his youngest daughter, about somewhere between 6 and 12 years old, she and he go to where the elders are. When they get there, they take little Aoka away. And then Sequoyah goes to one of the elders and says, start speaking. Well, the elder starts talking in Cherokee, and every single word he says, Sequoyah writes it down as he speaks. Then they bring Aoka back, who could not have heard or seen or known what was said, and Sequoyah hands her the talking leaf. And she reads word for word what the elder had told Sequoyah, and it's with that test it proves, first of all, this isn't evil, this isn't black magic, this is incredible. We can actually put our Cherokee words on paper.
By 1825, much of the Bible and numerous hymns had been translated into Cherokee, and by 1828, they were publishing the Cherokee Phoenix, the first national bilingual newspaper. Sequoyah continued to serve the Cherokee people as a statesman and diplomat until his death. His life and legacy continue to be honored across this nation, from the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. to the Redwood Forest in Northern California. Sequoyah, a man who worked tirelessly in hopes of bettering an entire nation of people. An absolutely wonderful place to visit and beautiful Von Orr. Take the drive up there. You can stop by Benton's Bacon on your way and just make
Always
it
have to do that.
a heck of a day. So there you go.